This chain stitch has been my go-to for all the letters, every word, names, whatever. I love how this looks, and I was wanting to show you how I do it in case you may like it as well for your lettering. So this is pretty for monograms or anything. Now it's a chunkier look than the regular backstitch or split stitch that you may use for your lettering, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. And so I was hoping I could demonstrate the chain stitch by just doing this on camera, because I don't know how to explain it. But I just start, it's kind of like a lazy daisy, but instead of anchoring your stitch, you're going to go back in between that loop, go down, and get to your next point in your stitch. And make sure you go have this behind your needle. Otherwise it will slip out. And to me, this is faster and easier. I'm going real slow because I'm wanting you to see all the detail. Because I know when I'm watching a video, a tutorial video, I have to slow it down just to be able to see what they're doing. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so I'm turning my fabric. This is my granddaughter, and by the way, I'm making her a little hair ribbon, and of course it's got to be ironed, so don't mind that. But when you turn it, you're doing the same thing. Okay, I'm going back through that same hole, making sure that my thread is behind my needle. Okay, see, that makes sense. If it goes over, it's not going to create that loop. Excuse me. So I want to make sure it goes behind the needle, like that. Again, I'm going through the loop, finding my next point, making sure this thread is behind my needle. Just like that. Now, when you come to a cross section, I can either continue to go this way or finish this loop and then come back, which I think I want to go across this way and then come back, because it's a shorter distance other than all the way here to here. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to restart my stitch. So again, so see, I'm turning the fabric, going through the loop, hitting my next point, which I'm going to do it just right in the middle. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Of course, I've got two other letters to show you. But the whole idea is to create a chain. So if you have to drop a loop, just make sure you either hold it and go back to it like I did. Okay, and just make sure they're chains, that they're obviously chains. Now, instead of going back in and going to the next point, we don't want to do that because we don't want a loop going across. So we're going to anchor this down on the other side of that loop and then go across and start again. See, just like that. And then you want to fix, I always fix things with my needle here. And just make sure that those threads are pretty and aligned and look nice and neat. Okay, and then let's turn our fabric back around. Now you can do your chain the other way, but I like doing it this way because I like to work up. So here is, I think, do I have a knot in my thread? I'm using a very thick, I'm using 6 strands of floss, which is not really good for this kind of material. This is a linen material, or it's not linen, I'm sorry, it's cotton. And it may even be polyester. I don't know. I can't remember what this is, but it feels kind of like a polyester cotton blend. And that's not very needle and thread friendly. But she needed a white bow with kind of a neutral. My granddaughter's 4. She needed a white bow with a neutral color for her name so she could wear it with all sorts of stuff. And I almost put, she's in soccer and she's got obviously has to wear a ponytail. So I thought this would be cute and go with any of her soccer uniforms depending on what color they are that year. Okay, so I'm anchoring that down. Okay, I don't want to go across because this material is so thin. I did it here, but this is a bigger space here and I don't want to go across again because it's thin and I don't want that being shown. So what I'm going to do, this is another trick that I do. Okay, so we have to anchor that down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to travel underneath this thread. So it doesn't show, and it makes the back look neater as well. And then start again. Okay, so you understand why I did that. I don't want that showing. And then we're going to go back up our second part of our V. Like this. But yeah, I thought this would be really cute in her hair. And I'll show you the other side in a minute because I started doing it with the backstitch and I did her other name in a backstitch so you could see the difference. But let me finish this here. I'll finish this A and then show you the difference, and then you can decide which lettering you like. This is just another way of doing lettering. There's really no wrong or right way to do lettering, but this is, from my experience, this is my favorite. And I'll show you why when I finish this letter here. So I hope this is crystal clear. And if you ever have questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I can do either another tutorial for you, or if it's something simple, I can answer your questions in the comments. Okay, so now my thread's too short. So I'm going to show you how I get that down, and my husband's homesick, so you may hear him in the background. I'm just going to anchor this down. I hate putting knots in things, especially when the back's going to show. However, I'm thinking about putting like a little, probably another little white piece here over this so it doesn't show. Okay, so let me change threads and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just put just enough. Hopefully I put enough thread on here, but I didn't want to waste a whole new long piece of thread just to finish this little A here. So I'm going to come, and now it's not going to matter which way I go because I'm at the end of the name here. And thankfully she's got a short name, so this tutorial won't be an hour for you. So I'm going to start here and turn it. Now I'm going to anchor it, okay, because the loop is going the other way. So I hope it makes sense. I hope just seeing this makes sense. So now what I usually do if I'm going up, it would be this way, and it's going to make the chains look a little different, but that's okay because it's still, they're still all loops. It's not like it's a lazy daisy to where it has an obvious point to it and the tip of the petal. So this right here, I think I just got enough, and then I'll show you at the end, I'll show you the comparison. And I think I'm gonna make it. Yay. Okay, just have to make sure that's behind. And like I said, if y'all have any questions or anything, if you need me to go slower, or you can also do the video back slower and watch me sound really funny as I talk. The playback speed. Okay, so here we go. Let's anchor this down or tie a knot. Something I really don't like to do, but I hate knots, so I'll do a tutorial on what to do about that soon. I have some shorts, short videos about it, but I want to do a long video on it. Okay, so here we have the name. See how cute that is? And you saw it's kind of really, actually it's very fast if you don't have to change your thread. But here is another way of doing it, and it's a backstitch. And the only thing, I have a sort of a tight tension, but I kept my tension pretty loose and it still puckered the fabric, and I didn't like that as much. So, and I should have done it the same size so you could see the difference, but you can see the difference. See, it's a little bit of puckering, but it's still a smoother look. So can you see that? So that's the difference in the two ways that I've done it. And it's okay, it's going to be on our hair ribbon, so it'll be cute. I may put like a little flower or something there, or a little soccer ball, but you can see the difference here. So I hope that helped, and again, please subscribe. I do tutorials all the time. I've got so many ideas for you guys, cross stitch, embroidery, all of that. So anyway, I hope you have a lovely week, and thanks for watching.